You've held one 1,000 times. It's probably in your fridge right now. A plastic gallon of milk, and pressed into its side, a small circular dent, like someone pushed a thumb into the plastic before it hardened. Most people never notice it. The ones who do usually guess wrong. Some think it's a pressure release for spoiled milk. Others assume it's just a grip, or worse, a sneaky way to shrink the jug and sell you less. None of that is true. The real answer traces back to a manufacturing problem that almost broke the modern milk jug before it ever reached your kitchen. Hit subscribe, and let's find out what that circle is actually doing. To understand the dent, you have to understand how the jug itself is made. Plastic pellets are melted down and squeezed into a hot tube. That tube drops into a mold, and a blast of air inflates it like a balloon until it slams against the walls and takes shape. It's fast, cheap, and efficient, which is exactly why plastic jugs replaced glass bottles and paper cartons decades ago. But there's a catch hiding inside that speed. As the hot plastic cools, it shrinks, and it doesn't shrink by the exact same amount every single time. That's a serious problem when the container is supposed to hold precisely 1 gallon. Think through what inconsistent shrinkage actually means. If a jug shrinks a little too much, a full gallon overflows during filling. If it shrinks a little too little, that same gallon looks underfilled, like the customer is being shortchanged. Manufacturers couldn't build a brand new mold every time the shrinkage varied slightly, so they built flexibility directly into the mold itself. Interchangeable inserts are pressed into the mold wall to create that circular indentation. Swap the insert, change the depth of the dent, and the exact interior volume of the jug shifts along with it. The circle works like a dial, fine-tuned to guarantee 1 gallon regardless of how the plastic behaves as it cools. It isn't a flaw stamped into the design, it's damage control, built in on purpose. Here's where the story goes further than most people expect, because that dent isn't only about volume, it's also holding the jug together. Dairy companies have spent years cutting plastic weight to reduce cost and waste. Older jugs used significantly more resin than today's versions, but strip too much plastic from the walls, and the container turns soft. It bulges, sags, and dents the moment you pick it up. The recessed circle, along with the ribbing you'll notice running along the sides, spreads pressure evenly across a thinner wall. It stiffens the plastic exactly where it would otherwise fail, allowing manufacturers to shave down material without the jug collapsing in your hand. That single indentation is doing 2 engineering jobs at once, measuring the milk and holding the jug's shape together. Now, back to that popular theory. The idea that the dent pops outward when milk spoils, acting like a built-in warning light. It's a convincing story. It's also false. Milk is pasteurized specifically to eliminate the bacteria responsible for producing gas. And the microbes that eventually sour refrigerated milk mostly don't release gas at all. For that circle to visibly bulge from spoilage, the milk would have to sit through conditions far beyond normal refrigeration, by which point, the smell alone would have already told you everything. The real record lives in a patent filed by a manufacturer specializing in blow-molded containers, describing this exact feature under one simple purpose: controlling fill level and reinforcing the sidewall. Not a warning system, not a cost-cutting shortcut. A calculated engineering response to a shrinking piece of plastic. So the next time you reach for a gallon of milk, look at that small circle on the side. It isn't decoration, it isn't a spoilage alert, and it was never designed to shortchange you. It's a quiet piece of engineering, a volume dial and a structural brace, solving a problem you never knew existed, every single time the jug leaves the factory. If this changed the way you'll look at your next carton of milk, hit like and subscribe. There's a hidden reason behind almost everything around you, and we're only just getting started.